Welcome back to Stephen Knight Show. Adam, you're rolling solo today. Chike is traveling back from Atlanta. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, I saw that. So he just came downtown to visit, or what was the story there?
I'm not sure why he was in town, but we had a business lunch on Saturday with this other gentleman. His wife, she's on one of the Braxtons, and he does stuff with stem cells. And so Chike wanted to introduce us about him coming on the show. So we had a good lunch. We had a great conversation. And then I was actually invited. He invited me to go with him to this birthday party, which I ironically was invited to. I don't know another person. They invited me on Facebook, but I ended up not going because I wasn't feeling that great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. But it was good seeing him. Good seeing him.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I'll let you take it away. What movie reviews?
Sure thing. So I saw a film called The Nowhere Inn, and this is a mockumentary that actually premiered at a film festival last year. And of course, with COVID, everything got pushed back, and now it's
Mm,
available to rent on streaming. And it follows the story of Saint Vincent, who, if you don't know, is a musician. And what she wanted to do was like do a documentary about herself. And so what she does is she works with her friend, her best friend, Carrie Brownstein, who, again, you may know her from Slater Kinney, and she was also in Portlandia as one of the main actors. And she gets Carrie to direct this film about this documentary about her life. And so along the way, you kind of, again, and it's a mockumentary, but you kind of get like the dynamics between the two. And she discovers, like, Carrie's like, the director's like, oh, you're not as exciting as you are like on stage, can you make your life a little more exciting? She's like, well, I just want to be myself. And it kind of evolves into this moment where St. Vincent decides to take it up a notch. She said, okay, you want me to be this wild, crazy person, then you're going to get it, and you're going to get this kind of fabricated lifestyle because this is what you want to make this documentary more exciting. And it delves into that. So it's a fun watch. It's it's short, about an hour and a half.
mm.
If you know both Carrie Brownstein and St. Vincent, it's definitely, if you're fans of either of them, definitely watch this. It gets a little weird at times. It gets a little kind of trippy at moments, but overall, it's worth a watch. It's good to see this kind of different style of movie. Last week I saw The Green Knight, which again was a different style of movie, and this one kind of falls in that same genre, but it's definitely a fun along the way ride, and you can see it on any streaming service, Amazon, whatnot.
Nice, nice. And check that out. That sounds funny. Keep it your life a little more exciting.
Exactly, and yeah, it gets interesting. So
Yeah.
a fun watch.
Okay.
Um, the only other thing is, and I forgot to mention that our favorite vampires of Staten Island are back. What We Do in the Shadows season 3. I don't know if you've ever seen the show. That's another kind of mockumentary style show. It's based on a movie called What We Do in the Shadows, but
Okay.
basically it's about vampires living in the modern world. And
Mm.
so they live on Staten Island. It's the modern day, and how they kind of interact with their neighbors, how they interact. They go to city council meetings to complain about things. And it's just kind of that fun style of like, how would vampires act like in
Right.
their real life that have lived for hundreds of years? So season 3's out. It's great so far. Definitely check it out.
Nice, nice. I want to talk about Big Brother. So you know that the cookout that was the alliance of the
Mhm.
6 African American castmates, they did make it to the final 6, and now we're down to the final 3. But what I want to talk about is so Kylan and X, X had formed an alliance with Big D, and at the final 2 with Big D, and he found one with Kylan. And Colin really wanted it to be them two to go down to the wire because they're the strongest competitors.
Mhm.
And he thought it would be more of a Batman versus Superman kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
But and that's what I thought was going to happen. But they actually backdoored Colin, and he was eliminated. And so it's Big D, X, and Oz and now. But when Colin was leaving after they did the vote, so only one person could vote. It was Big D, and Colin X was trying to get him to vote Colin out, but he was on the fence.
Hmm.
But he ended up voting Colin out, which He had to do it right in person, like face to face. And Colin was very upset with Xavier because he thought they were going to go to final two, and you can see that he played them pretty much. And when he was leaving, he started questioning being a role model for his nephew, who his brother, he shared with Colin that his brother had died, and he vowed to his brother he is going to make sure his son doesn't want for anything, and that's one of his motivations for being on the show. And for Colin to bring that up, and then he actually was like, "Are you talking about my nephew?" And he was like, "I mean, he has no role model. What kind of role model are you?" And it was kind of very awkward. And for Fine Production, had to say, "Colin, please leave the set." And he left, and so it was just kind of, and X, he did say like later on in professional that he was surprised that he went that low, but he wasn't gonna go there with him. He said, "I'm here for a reason." And I read today that Colin's family released a statement on his Instagram saying that Colin pretty much let emotion get to him, and I'm sure this will be a teachable moment for him in the future. So, but wow. It's sad because here we get to a historic moment where it's going to be a Black winner for the first time here in the U.S. on Big Brother, but then to have that moment, it kind of that's to be followed this season, which is unfortunate. Wow. So hopefully they are able to, by finale night, which is Wednesday, able to have some kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. So the producers had to ask him to leave.
Well, Julie, the host, she said, "Colin, I need you to exit the set. Come out here." Because when you get put out, you're supposed to walk out to meet Julie.
Yeah.
But it was like they were letting them work because it was live. So they were letting them talk, and they were going. And actually, kind of like it's the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He says nothing personal, but you could just see how the emotions run high. But I was just so disappointed by that interaction. I was but Xavier kept his cool. He just said, "Man, stop talking about my nephew." That's all he said. And the rest of the cast kind of got between them.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were about to fight, but you could see it could go there.
Well, yeah. Oh man, I could never be on shows like that. Not that I get like emotional or anything, but I don't even want to like think about someone doing something like that.
And the thing is, like, I understand, yes, because once they got to the 6, they knew it was every man for themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The game, Big Brother, and a lot of these people, they're long-term watchers. They know it's about backstabbing and conniving and backdoor, and that's what the show is.
Yeah.
So to take it personal like that, it was just like, man.
Yeah, that's wild. Well, man. I guess we'll see what happens this Wednesday.
And then also I want to talk about 911. Angela Bassett is back. They started last Monday, and they started off with a bang with the season. So, she reportedly signed this huge deal. I think she's like one of the highest paid on TV or something like that.
Oh wow! Okay.
She recently signed it, which to me is well deserved. But yeah, it's great. The season kicked off great last week. So
nice. I'll have to check it out too. That's on Hulu, right?
No, that's on ABC.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, but it'll probably comes to Hulu. Yeah. Okay, awesome. That's I don't watch anything live these days. Everything's got to come through the services.
It's weird that the first season they showed it's like the city is like in disarray. Like there's cars wrecked all over the place, and then you see a giraffe walk through the city. Now this is LA.
Yeah.
And then it goes. That's how it starts off, and then it goes 2 weeks prior. So it
takes it's one of those like, how did we get to this situation? Nice.
Right. Anything coming out of the pipeline?
No, I mean, the big one, of course, is still James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Next weekend, we'll see how that does. Besides that, I know there's a new Venom movie. I haven't seen the first one, so I can't comment too much about that, but really just going to keep my sights on this James Bond movie. It's supposed to be really long, though, so that's the only thing I'm afraid of, but I'll power through it for you guys.
Well, so who's the actor who plays James Bond?
Daniel Craig.
People take parts of quotes and they try to make a headline. Mm-hmm. He said James Bond should not be a woman. That was the headline. That was the quote. But what he said was, I don't think it should be a woman. They should create an even better character for a woman.
Yeah.
But that, of course, didn't make the whole thing. He also
that's those clickbait articles. Yeah.
Yeah. James Bond, she shouldn't be a woman. That's
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, so interesting to see that. But thank you, Adam, as always. Let us know what to spend our time and our money on and whatnot. And have a great week. And we'll be right back after
All right.
this.
Thank you.